Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Thursday the 25th of July. So today we have the ECB meeting, so what's likely to come out of that? Well, it's expected that there'll be more talking what may be done. I'm not too sure how much will actually be done at this particular meeting. Interest rates, for example, are already at -0.4. They've been so since 2016. There's a potential for a further cut, although that's been starting to be priced into the market. Whether that will actually happen on this occasion, we'll have to wait and see, of course. But there is that potential. Some are thinking it will be September before that happens, so may have to wait for that. But there will be talk. There's lots of weakness still appearing through the European economy. We're seeing that yesterday's PMI figures were poor, so if there's any rate cuts, there'll be probably sweeteners for the larger banks to avoid the problems like Deutsche Bank are in at the moment, and some others. So maybe they'll have some sort of sweeteners around it, which last time when it was mentioned, that was seen positively on the euro. Of course, they could go back into asset purchases, which is restarting asset purchases. They've got their own rules on this, and they're going to have to break some of their own rules, but they could do it. Draghi's got 3 more of these meetings to do. What's he going to do? He's talking, and I've heard, got notes on my notepad here of him talking to a more symmetric approach to the interest rate, inflation rate levels, rather than the current goal of just below 2%. So, which would mean that he could accept inflation beyond 2% if it stimulates the economy. So we'll see what happens. But at this stage, I think it's going to be more talk what may happen in September, but cuts today would, and any purchasing comments on purchasing asset purchases would be more, maybe a little bit more of a surprise to the market if it occurs today. So there we are. That's what's the possibilities around the euro. If that all happens, well, there may be some positive aspects into it. At the moment, as you can see from this daily, it's already sort of edging down. In fact, I'm coming back to that daily chart just to show you how low it is, and we've got these May lows. We could be breaking those even before the news comes out. We'll see, but not looking pretty at the moment. In terms of trying to get into a trade on it, well, the ranges are so tight here. Yesterday's range for long parts, I mean, we saw it running from what, 41 to 50, 55, 56, 15 pip range for a lot of the day there. Very tight day. May start moving a little bit more sell off before the news, and maybe a buy into the news. That's so often what we see, so that's a potential. Okay, that's the euro. Pound wise, well, the pound daily wise, it's still in this downward trend by anyone's guide. Yesterday it put up a good fight for most of the day there, and then rolled towards the end of the day a little bit. What today? Well, we broke the trend there yesterday. What we haven't done is broke it. We need to break to confirm a higher low in this bigger picture. We would need to be breaking up here at 25.60-ish area. We need to be breaking that area to confirm that move. At the moment, I do wonder whether we'll just looking at what's on at the moment, whether we'll just see a move down towards its S1 there, yesterday's sort of lows, that sort of territory. As I said, started the morning looking soft. It did that yesterday and then rallied for most of the, I mean, it pitched in with the at 8 o'clock and then become bought. Now, short term here, low highs, lower lows, sitting around here. It could do the same. I would be watching carefully in terms of the trend line that's sitting across the highs here. If this badly drawn highs here, well, it's not too bad. There you go. I can draw, sort of. That may be the sort of line of sand. If it pushes back above that sort of area, the weekly pivot, bullish above the weekly pivot, anywhere else neutralish where it's here at the moment, a bit bearish where it sits at the moment. It's just come down a time frame here. Okay, we're just short of the 8 o'clock pivot. The 8 o'clock pivot is going to be coming out soon. It may just pitch up to that 8 o'clock pivot, but at the moment, as I say, erring on the bearish side, just carries on sideward neutral above that green line, effectively a bit more bullish. Big picture bearish. Right, okay, yen. Dollar yen, well, yesterday it did pull a little bit back. It was doing quite well at one stage and then bounced back up against the US dollar there, and US dollar proving stronger. I was looking later in the afternoon, it did eventually pitch out towards its S1 there, but it's the ranges and the amount of movement here again is quite tight. Now it does appear that we've put a lower high in. Now that's not obviously confirmed until we break yesterday's lows, but does look a bit soft there. If we break that 200 MA, well then it becomes a more bullish scene for the yen, and we could see more downside. But at the moment I'm almost looking at putting a trend line across the highs here and looking for the upsides back towards yesterday's highs, R1 sort of zone. So yesterday's highs, yep, it was a bit yesterday's highs up that way. Right, okay, that's the yen. Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar, well, it's continued to sell off. It's still a financial problem. I say financial problems, but there was speeches and etc. going on from the Reserve Bank governor there, which wasn't showing the best of outlook. So on that basis, it's rolled over a little bit further, looking a bit soft as we go. Where to today? Well, it's hard to think it's going to really rebound from here, but there is a bit of divergence on this 4-hourly time frame, and it may just catch a bit of an upward drift. But looking at the 60 minutes, it doesn't look. I mean, the speech was made, I assume, around about that 4:05, so 4 o'clock time on this candle here. It's had a bit of an effect immediately, whether we see a further breakdown, but look at the ranges that we've seen through the London session, best part of nothing of late, and well, we'll see if that continues. But in the bigger swing picture, that could continue to the downside there. Finally, the Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar, well, inside day yesterday, and I do wonder if we just continue to see this sort of chop that so often occurs on the Canadian dollar. A rollover, a break of the lows of there you go, 24th there, and a break of that 21 may see further downside here, a bit more of a correction. But it's not looking as strong as it was on this picture, and we've still got, as I said yesterday, we've still got the monthly pivot above, but just need to flick out and look at oil at this stage if I can find it. It's on my list somewhere. There we go. Oil, what's happening to oil? Oil was easing off, pushed back up yesterday. No, eased off yesterday, completely off yesterday. Today, just pushing back up. So a bearish looking picture there. It's sort of looks like a bear flag in this current sort of dailies there. Say it pitched through it yesterday, rising again at the moment. There is a lot of risk sitting around oil, and obviously then the price of the Canadian dollar to a degree in terms of the Iranian situation that may continue, which makes it a more difficult trade anyway. But if this was to start rolling over, I expect the Canadian dollar to push upwards, the US dollar stroke Canadian dollar to continue its push upwards. As you see on this hourly point of view, it's very choppy, and why would I expect anything different for now? Okay, that's pretty much it for now. I hope you have a great day. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye for now.